There will be a moment in the market where it will change like this. Everything is now going down. Everything can go up just as hard, right? Crypto goes up and down. The problem is that a lot of people, they bought too soon or they bought the wrong altcoins. And if you did a combination of those two, yeah, then you are really wrecked. And I get that. So in this video, I would like to go over the fact that how can you protect your crypto portfolio from really going down hard if the market is still going down, but still maintaining a lot of upside whenever the market is going up, because that's eventually also going to happen, right? And one of the biggest mistakes that you can make right now is see that altcoins go down on their Bitcoin pair, they're getting wrecked, and that you then pivot like, okay, you know what? My altcoins went down so hard, I'm gonna go all in Bitcoin, right? And then altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin, because I have seen that happen last cycle as well. Yeah, that's the last thing that you want to do. So if you are sitting in some bleeding altcoins, yeah, you might want to sit it out right now. We are already here, right? So I want to talk about that, mention a couple specific altcoins as well that, if you feel like I want to have altcoins, then this might be better ones than the ones that a lot of people have been buying lately. So welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the bell notification on so you will get notified when I am here again. Always nice. Now, I can go over the market in general, but we all know how it goes, right? Bitcoin is, just in a bull market, going sideways, doing nothing too crazy. It has this, this leg up, sideways period, leg up, sideways period, leg up, sideways period, leg up, sideways period, leg up. All right, that's just what Bitcoin does in this bull market. So for Bitcoin, it's most of the time very boring for very long, and then spectacular for a short time, and then very boring for very long, right? So people, of course, they weren't attracted by Bitcoin at all, right? It's not spectacular. It's not exciting. So we went to the altcoin market because that's exciting, right? Look at this downtrend. Woo hoo! That's what we want. Now, altcoins overall, they're performing, if you are not in the worst altcoins, at least, they are not performing that bad, right? They're just following Bitcoin a little bit, but less hard, right? If we look at the others, everything outside of the top 10, say whatever you want, but it is still in an uptrend, right? So if you are in the good quality altcoins, then overall, Bitcoin was probably still a better choice, but now to make that pivot, it's not really helpful, in my opinion. Now, what I do think is really interesting, by the way, if you look at Ethereum, we made a video, it's not that I have multiple personalities. Yeah, one is wrecked and the other isn't, I don't know. But I made a video yesterday about the potential fall or reversal of Solana and how that money could potentially flow into Ethereum. And that would be amazing for the altcoin market. At least that's, in my opinion, very likely. Now, if we look very simplistic at Ethereum on the dollar pair, it is doing pretty fine, actually, right? I mean, Ethereum, every time it gets to this trend line, you buy or you long or whatever. And so far that has worked out since November 2022, right? And that's what they mean with don't fight the trend, right? Now it's low again, so people feel like, oh, Ethereum might not be good. Yeah, and then again, it's at the trend line, right? It is overall usually at this point a good buy until it's not, right? But that could take a year from now until it turns around maybe. And in the meantime, I like Ethereum. So what was the problem that got a lot of people wrecked in this market? Is it because this cycle is so different? Not really. The cycle isn't really different. The problem is how we invest, when we invest, and in what we invest, right? We said couple of years ago as well, like, hey, at the beginning of the bull market, you want to be in Bitcoin. Altcoins don't usually go up with it. I noticed a lot of people back then they said, you're crazy. Bitcoin is not going to give you 100x. Well, the altcoin market didn't as well, right? But here, people were bullish on altcoins. And I get that. I mean, altcoins were holding up decently against Bitcoin, right? So people were bullish on it. But to invest at that moment, yeah, it was high, right? You want to invest when it's low. But people didn't want to do that because it's not exciting. I get it, right? So Bitcoin went into a bull market, did well. People went into altcoins and they didn't perform that well, right? Now, of course, there are hypes. We had a gaming hype, an NFT hype. We had a metaverse hype. We had a DeFi hype. We had a meme coin hype not too long ago. We had an AI agent hype. Hype, 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 hype. The thing about hypes is that it's not sustainable, right? And if you rode that hype the right way, you may have been able to make some money. But overall, as a long-term investment, especially with these meme coins, they were not worth it, right? Same goes for a lot of these AI agent platforms or specific tokens. Also, over the long run, not really worth it, right? So a lot of people, they just bought into the wrong coins. And if you are still holding those kind of coins, let me be clear. In my opinion, the market will turn around harder than people will expect. And now people are getting wrecked because they are in altcoins, right? And now a lot of people they say like, oh, I'm selling, and I don't know, they're just going away, right? Then people will get wrecked by the market when it goes up because people either miss out or they even maybe are shorting the market or whatever. But that's what the market does, right? It's not designed to make you rich necessarily. Whenever the market goes up again, of course, some of these coins that have fallen 80% right now can go up with it, right? So you might want to hold on to them. The problem is this: the market can fall very hard from this point as well. And I think that the key in crypto, especially at this moment, but overall, is to make sure that you are comfortable whether it goes down or up. If you are fully all in crypto right now, I don't think that's smart, right? I mean, we just see like if the market goes down, yeah, people get shaken out and they get angry with the market and they lose their money. Right? But if you are now all in cash, for example, because you think it is going to go down, yeah, just as not smart, basically, because the market can just as well go up from this point and then you miss out, right? So I think the key is really to make sure that you have enough coins that if the market goes up, you are well positioned, but also that if the market goes down further, that you feel like, okay, it sucks, but I at least have enough to buy an insane dip, which can make me a lot of money when that goes up again. Now, then it's the question, what kind of coins, right? Guys, let me be clear. You might, like I said, want to sit it out if you are in coins like this one, right? AI16Z or meme coins, right? And it's also labeled as a meme coin, I think, and whatever it is, AI meme coin, probably just a scam, right? It's most of this stuff, right? But if you look at this thing went down from 234 to like 30 cents right now. 30 cents, right? That's like completely fucking wrecked, right? So yeah, it might go up whenever the market goes up. On the other hand, this could also be the kind of a project that had the short hype and people will step away from it, right? Let me be clear. And I said this at the meme coin top. People hated me for it. I hope a lot of people maybe now agree. The alt run will be mostly driven by the utility run, right? And a lot of people, they didn't believe it. So they first had to get completely fucking wrecked with this kind of stuff or whatever kind of meme coin, fart coin, popcat, all these kind of things to realize like, maybe meme coins and all this speculative kind of stuff isn't the way to do it, right? So what I would do But that's what I would do, right? What I would do is take your loss, whatever, fuck it. You made your mistake, less some money, you know that for the next cycle. Take your loss and put it in something with quality. Why? First, if the market goes down, quality doesn't go down as hard as this, right? This went down with like 8x or something, right? It is insane. And there were some meme coins that got completely wrecked. Like the top meme coins were supposed to be, well, I don't know, completely wrecked. If you look at, for example, AVAX from the cycle high, it went down with 63%, right? I know AVAX is not your 100x coin. Then again, these meme coins are also not your 100x coins. They just wreck most people, right? So I will name a couple coins that I would say, if I hold trash and I want to position myself to make money whenever the market turns around, but I also want to play it a little on the defense because it can also go down really hard, then these are the coins that I would take a look at right now. And whenever the market really turns around and it's more of a altcoin confirmed bull market, you can always shift some safer coins into the speculative place, right? The higher caps into the lower caps. So let's take a look at that. Because one thing, if right, I have my area set, right? If the altcoin market goes to around 210 billion, give or take, depending on when it happens, I'm gonna make a pretty good purchase. If it goes to around 130, 40 maybe, something here, that this would be a black swan kind of level. So I don't think it will get there, but if it does get there, I will put in the rest of my money. That would mean though that you can buy the quality stuff for such a low price that there's so much upside, right? So you don't need to buy like these kind of coins, right? And this is one of the stronger meme coins actually, but this thing is down so far 75%, right? But you don't need to gamble on the next best scam to make a lot of money because the quality stuff is so low at that moment that you can ride a fantastic bull market with that. If the altcoin market gets to this level, then it's possible for AVAX to get somewhere around here. Yeah, if it then only gets back to cycle highs, which I think is easy to do, that's a 6x, right? 6x on a relative safe altcoin, right? Let alone if it gets to the targets where I think it could actually go to. So to start with this, I would look at an AVAX, for example. Now, AVAX, it's a good chain. It's fast. It's cheap. The price is nicely low right now. I do think that once gaming, and not if, but really when gaming takes off in crypto, that AVAX is going to play a huge role in that, right? Gaming in crypto is inevitable at this moment. A lot of people in this moment don't believe in it. Therefore, the opportunities are so great, right? But also they go with the AI, with the meme, with the hypes. AVAX has a lot to it. And I really, really, really like having my money in AVAX because it does show like, hey, AVAX, it can pump pretty hard, but it doesn't come down that hard. Right? So that's a very nice play. Now, another one that I would take a look at is Render, because Render, you know, a lot of people now might think that AI is a scam because there are a lot of fake AI projects and agents out there, right? But it doesn't mean that AI overall is a scam or anything, right? But that you want to maybe take a look at the somewhat safer projects. Now, Render is a huge outperformer. I mean, so far from the lows, it is still up with 15x. Right? And a lot of people, they may only look like, oh yeah, it went down 68% from the top. Yeah, what didn't, right? Like the only coin basically that didn't do that is Bitcoin pretty much, right? And a couple exceptions here and there. But then again, that's after the top, after it made a 49x. it showed that Render is in this cycle a huge freaking outperformer. Yeah, and now the altcoin market in general is just not doing so well, right? If we overlay the other chart, then you can see like, hey, the top was here, right? And that was also where Render was, and Render just goes down with the market. But it's not an underperformer. So this also shows if the market takes a good hit, yeah, Render will probably go with it. Doesn't matter, right? You at least have a position in a very strong coin for when the market does go up. So that's one that I really like as well. Now, there's also one that I haven't talked about yet and that I just saw. And this one is pretty cool as well. This is Avail. And Avail is more of an infrastructure coin as well, right? So it is like, if you look, for example, at, and I will get to this, but it's somewhat comparable to Celestia, right? Now, we all know what a hype Celestia had and how bullish people were on it. Yeah, if we look at Celestia, it went from a $4 billion market cap and it's now sitting at a $1.6 billion market cap. I do think that this one is way more interesting than buying something at a $1.6 billion market cap already. Because this is a project that it kind of, and I will make multiple videos about this because I added this to my own watch list and I want to mention it a couple more times as well. But what it basically does, it makes it a lot easier and especially cheaper for layer 2s to do transactions. And therefore it is also, yeah, not for no reason that if you look at the ecosystem that they are working with, like all these chains that they have, the integrations with Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, CK, Sync, all these gaming projects that they have as well, DeFi, like this is huge. And if I look at the market cap of Avail compared to Celestia, it's not Celestia, right? But if you have to compare it to something, then I feel like $170 million, it's pretty nice, right? And this also showed, like, if you look at market cap, yeah, it went from 340 to 170 right now, right? So where most projects fell and tanked really hard, this one, yeah, does pretty well, actually. You might look at this and be like, oh, crap. And I always keep that in consideration because if you look right here, the next unlock will happen in July, right? So we have 5 months basically before there's any unlock for this project. That's, I think, something you should definitely consider. So this is also one that I am adding right now because I do think it's time in this stage of the market to take a look at newer projects, but not newer projects as in like pump fund projects that just release below $1 million market cap, or you know, something that releases on CDFI without a refund policy or whatsoever, right? But something that's at least have a refund policy or is just an established big project like Avail, for example. Because again, so much exposure to the upside if the market turns around, and it shows that it has relative strength for when the market goes down. So I will give some more information about that later as well. Now, another one that I think is really interesting is Chainlink. Like, and you might be like, man, these are all the boring coins. Yeah, but I think we all just witnessed that if we are at the moment in the non-boring coins, yeah, then I get all comments on the channel from people that say that they are wrecked and the market is bad and crypto is a scam, etc. No, man, you just bought during a bad phase of the market and you happen to buy the most shitty of the shit coins. So at this moment, again, like I said, you have to play it a little on the defense, right? And look at the boring coins, right? Doesn't matter. Boring coins can also go up and they won't wreck you. Now, Chainlink is I've said this many times before, but I do think that Chainlink has the biggest use case in crypto, right? There is not a coin in crypto, except for Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum, but that's so important for the whole crypto ecosystem, right? Every project uses Chainlink as an oracle. and they have to pay Chainlink with Link tokens to use it. So there will always be revenue income for Chainlink. There will always be demand for it, for the project, for the token. I don't see much competition for Chainlink. So beautiful. Now, is it the best moment to buy Chainlink price-wise? I mean, yeah, like, look, it depends on where you compare it with, right? Like, if you compare it to the bottom, Chainlink is now up 3.5x. It's fine, right? It's not that crazy. If you compare it to the top, it's down 40%. So it does show you, hey, a lot of these meme coins are getting wrecked 80, 90%. This one 40%. Like, it's also not nice, but that's not bad in this market right now. Then again, if you look at Chainlink on its Bitcoin pair, then it's pretty interesting actually, because it does show that Chainlink has been in a downtrend since 2020, but it's also having some horizontal support, which is super strong. So this for me is the point where I feel like, okay, nice. Because if Chainlink goes up on its Bitcoin pair and Bitcoin doesn't shit the bed, then Chainlink on the dollar pair can do very, very, very well. Although it's a high cap, right? We saw what happened with XRP. Did do well on the Bitcoin pair, right? Blew up on the dollar pair. And that's what I see happen with Chainlink as well. And the cool thing is, this is not a prepared video. I don't like to do that because I feel like this is making it more sincere, more honest. So I'm just looking at my list and be like, man, what's that? What would I buy to have upside and less downside? Well, Ethereum, obviously. You might feel like, hey, Ethereum, boring coin. Yeah, I don't know. Ethereum, like the same as Bitcoin. Over time, it only goes up, right? It only goes up. If you look at the full history of Ethereum, like, yeah, it has moments where it gets wrecked really hard, right? And where people don't believe in it anymore. It went down 92%. Here also, it went down with 82%. And even this smaller correction right here, Ethereum went down with 70%. Here, it went down with 85%, right? Oh, yeah, whatever, right? Overall, it always gets followed by a pretty decent rally, right? And the decent rally for Ethereum isn't really there yet. In my opinion, what we see right here looks more like a stretch of this, right? Or a more of a slowed version of this. And I am, I do see the uptrend in Ethereum. Let alone, let's not talk about the narratives too much. I did that in yesterday's video. But there is another reason for me not to be bullish on Ethereum, really. So that's one that I feel like, man, if I would make a purchase today without thinking too much what I would buy, Ethereum would be the first one, actually. Right? Also, because if you look at altcoins on their Ethereum pair, they are sitting quite high right now. So it looks like, if that move now started, I don't know, but eventually altcoins will go lower on their Ethereum pair again, right? Does that mean that altcoins will go down? No, it could also be that Ethereum goes up harder than the rest of the altcoin market, right? But it's ranging like this for, I don't know, since 2000 and beginning, end of 2017, beginning 2018, right? So that's like, what, seven years basically now. So, I love it. I would not like, if you want to play it on the safer side, as this video is meant for, I would not yet look at projects like OXO, right? Although it is sitting at a perfect level to buy right now, but this project is a little too new and too, I don't know, maybe a little too speculative yet to call it a safe coin, right? But again, it is better than a DEAI or whatever, which is so low cap, and that showed like, hey, support break, support break, support breaks. But like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's what I mean. All these new AI projects as well. They're just like meme coins, right? They can wreck you with 90%. Yeah, that's terrible. That's not what you want to do, right? Another one that I feel like, okay, now actually pretty interesting is Superverse. Superverse is, look, in my opinion, if gaming takes off, which it will, Super will be the, I don't know. It depends on when it happens, but it will be a top 25 coin, in my opinion. Why? Super is integrated, the token Super is integrated in every single crypto game. The best of the best of the best out there. Now, it is now that crypto gaming is not popular, right? But that will happen. As soon as that happens, Super is taking over, really. And it already showed that without a gaming season, without an altcoin season, without whatever, Super casually pumps with 32x. All right. Now it came down with 70%. 70. So it's not getting wrecked completely, but it's down enough that I can now say like, well, it's at least getting towards being a good buy again, right? Around that 50, 60 cent area, right? Another one, if you do want to play it in the AI side, I would say Tao. They called Tao the Bitcoin of AI. I don't know why, really. Because, yeah, it isn't really, right? But I think Tao is a great project, really. And if you look at Tao, how it performed, like it did pretty fantastic. It went from $200 to 740 in a time where the overall altcoin market also went up, but like from 170 billion to 430 billion. So Tao was a slight outperformer, given the given the fact that this was also a higher cap coin, right? Which makes it a little more safe. So I like that. At the moment, look, this is not a video where I say like, hey, these are the coins I would buy right now. Look, let's be really honest. Tao is in a downtrend, right? Lower lows and lower highs. So is this a coin that I would buy right now? Maybe when it gets down a little bit again, right? And maybe this was the final lower low, actually. But again, this is more video like, hey, if you have trash in your portfolio right now, and with trash, I mean any form of meme coin which isn't Doge, any AI agent coin under a $50 million market cap, everything that went down 80% plus, we can define most of that as trash right now, right? Maybe, convert it to some, like, I mean, this is also sitting way lower than where it was, right? So you are not selling the bottom necessarily if you get rid of these coins, right? Because you put it into something safer at the lows as well. That's what you have to realize. I think that that's going to be really helpful. Now, other than that, there are coins like for example, a Chain GPT, which is maybe a little more high risk. But then again, I think that Chain GPT has their shit together so badly. And they are sitting at such a fantastic buying level right now. Yeah, I don't know. I love Chain GPT. On the dollar pair, it's sitting in the buy zone. It showed it can pump pretty hard, actually. If you look at Chain GPT on its Bitcoin pair, then it's also sitting at a historical buying level, right? So I don't know, man. I love Chain GPT, and I think that this is a fantastic buy right now. And other than that, Aerodrome maybe, right? Base is maybe the biggest thing for this bull market. Solana is now showing like, okay, when the price goes down a little bit, people are already giving up on it. But also, like said in yesterday's video, it's really meme driven. And I don't know. I don't think Solana is going to get, I don't know. I'm not bullish on Solana at this point. Right? But what alternative is there? Yeah, well, for example, an Ethereum, right? But Ethereum, yeah, it's a little expensive, especially in a bull market. So therefore, we have layer 2s. And Base is cheap as fuck. Base is just like Solana. Cheap, fast, but on Ethereum, you can at least rely on it, right? And Aerodrome is the leading DEX on Base. So this makes, I don't know, this gives you exposure to Base without buying meme coins necessarily, right? Because you can also buy bread. But then again, Base is down now with 67%, and bread is now down with 83%, right? And you might feel like, oh, that's not a big difference. If we 83% down for Aerodrome would put it at 38 cents. That's twice as low as where we are right now. So that is actually a big difference, right? So if you want to have exposure to Base, I feel like Aerodrome might be a good one. So now at 75 cents, I really like this actually. The next big support comes in at 45.50, right? Can we get there? I mean, we are currently in a downtrend. There is no sign of stopping. I mean, this is support, but you know, it's basically all going down. So can we get there? Very possible, right? But I do guarantee you that if Base or if Aerodrome goes down here, then probably the market is getting hit so hard that the shit tokens that you might be in don't go down 36%, but another 70. Yeah. It's up to you to decide like, hey, do I want to be there, right? So these are the kind of things that I'm looking at right now. Now, there's a lot more. I mean, you can take a look at the Ondo, at the Mantra, at whatever this and that. You can. I do think that the upside is, though, that these are coins that also have a great entry price right now. And I do feel like with an Ondo or a Mantra, feel like, yeah, they are already high. Why would we now get into the few things that are not on the discount? Right? But that's also something that you can do if you want to feel a little more safe. So I hope this is helpful. It's not necessarily that I would say like these are the coin. There are a lot more, but just my thought process, right? Although, you know, I'm the biggest CeDeFi bull, but it's not that I'm saying, right, like, get into CeDeFi right now. CeDeFi is also getting hit hard, right? 80%. Why is that? Because in a market where everything is going down, people don't want to, you know, be in new coins, right? Will CeDeFi be one of the biggest outperformers once the market turns around? Yeah, pretty obvious to me, probably, right? Because if the market goes up, people make money, they want to get into new projects. What do? They go to launchpads, right? Very simple. However, I made this video because the market can still go down. And in that case, yeah, CeDeFi can as well go down harder than what I just called, right? So these kind of projects will make you most money probably, but only if you have a really, really, really good entry. And I'm not saying that this is not a really good entry for CeDeFi, but I'm saying that if you want to go a little safer, but still upside, then look at a Super, a Tau, a Ethereum, an AVAX, whatever, these kind of things, right? So let me know what you think of it. And I want to know, guys, I hear a lot of people in the comments lately saying or suggesting that they are wrecked. What coins do you have in your portfolio? Let me know. I'm really curious. And which ones wrecked you most? And which ones maybe did best for you? Let me know, because I'll occasionally also make videos where I respond to comments, so I can do that as well. For now, thanks for watching. If you like the video, let me know by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and I'll see you in the next one.